IBO tournament in Pennsylvania. Time to set up the new Elite hunting bow. This is the EnVision. It's a 29-inch draw, 70 pound, real tree camouflage. 50 yards with a broadhead now. It's the Slick Trick Grizz Trick 2 1.25" cut fixed blade broadhead. We're going to shoot it now at 50 yards. We've bare shaft tuned the bow, paper tuned it, bare shaft tuned it. We've shot about 20 arrows through it, getting the field point right. Pretty good. See how close to 70 pounds we are. If we're over or under, we're maxed out. It should be right at 70 pounds. Pulls hard. Alright, so we're a little bit heavy. Which is kind of what I thought. So we're at 73. Alright, let's see where we're at. Just that the cable stops out just a tick to the third notch. I want to get my holding weight up to about 15, 16 pounds is about what I've been playing with, what I've been holding. So let's see what this gets it up to. The first notch actually moved it to about, with none at all, it was at 8 pounds holding weight. That's way too light. The second one moved it to 11, so I put it in the third one. Let's see what we got now. About 16.8, so 17 pounds. We're going to leave it there. I've been holding about 15, so we'll try 17, see how it feels. Center shot set using a laser. This is just a preliminary to make sure, but we start off with it dead in the center of the string. Right down the center there. I'm gonna have to grind this down to make it fit under this side here, so I can get in there to it.
You want to fit on this side?
Oh yeah, it drops right in there. That's what I got you for here. You keep me straight. I ain't lying. I was getting ready to do some grinding. I was getting ready to tear something up.
I just want to work with power tools.
I was getting ready to tear something up. Setting the peep sight may change a little bit on a shorter axle to axle bow. So I'm just kind of getting it in there now, and I'll just, once I draw it back, I'll get it set. It may be different since it's so short and it's going to be a steeper angle. Test it and see. This may be a little bit of a tip that I've found. A lot of times you see a lot of fraying going around on where the peep sight goes into the grooves. A lot of times when you first separate the strings, everything is flat. So what I like to do is to take and twist the string, just roll it in your fingers and put it in the groove on both sides. Roll it and put it in the groove. And what this does it makes sure that when it comes back tight, it makes sure that there is no loose strands, because those loose strands don't have the tension on them that the rest of them do, and they're the ones that slide back and forth even when you put the pressure back on it. So just twist it with your fingers and then put it back in and then let the pressure off, and that way you won't have a loose strand in there that's sliding back and forth and gets frayed. Pull this back and set the peep sight height. Let's see how the peep sight height looks. It's not bad. I'm gonna go ahead and install the sight, and then we'll draw it back again and see where we're at. Alright, I like to do my knot ties with actual, just regular old sewing thread, so I get it started using one of the knots that I'll be shooting. I get the first run done dry, and I'll show you what I do next is add a little super glue to it and then start feeding back on top of itself. I come right in here where I have just a little bit of, you don't want much play, but just a slight little bit of wiggle room right there. And you can get this out of the way. Use your super glue. Put you a good little bead right there on top of it. All the way around. Get you a bead started. Not super duper runny, but just runny enough so it doesn't drip on your stuff, and you just wind around as you go. Wind back over it. When you see it get ready to drip, roll it up on the knot so it doesn't drip. Have a nice knot right there. BCY 23 loop rope. Cut you a piece off about a 1/4 inch. Take your pair of pliers, clamp it, and burn this down right to the top of the pliers. It won't burn anywhere past the top of the pliers. What that does, that creates you a nice ball with a flat spot on the back that's really hard and will not pull through. Now, pliers on it, put that thing tight. Top knot goes away from you, bottom knot faces to you. This eliminates torque when you're full draw with a back tension or thumb button. Just a slight left there. So I'm going to move the bottom. And the top just about a 1/4 turn each. Tail left. I'm going to move them about a 1/4 turn each. Back down. So now we're going to move this about a 1/4 turn. Alright, so the first 3 shots right there were when we first put the sight stabilizers on it, moved the stabilizer, the rear stabilizer, moved it in and out just a little bit to see how it affected the hole. And now we're going to shoot through. We've moved the limbs with this just a tick, about a 1/4 turn. There you go. Maybe just a tick more. I'm gonna move it about just a little bit more. All right, we got a regular shaft with fletched ends. It weighs in at 393.8. And then we're going to shoot our bare shaft. We've wrapped tape around the end of it. Get it to weigh, let's see if we got it right, 393.5. So we're going to shoot these bare shaft with the flex shaft and see how we did with the bare shaft tune. Shooting at about 15 yards. We'll shoot the flex shaft first. Alright, now we're going to shoot the bare shaft. We're going to shoot it right at that knock. This is also a lighted knock, so you'll be able to see it. Man, that's perfect. Perfect.